Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so for this reading, we're going to be delving into where is it you're destined to live. We're going to see if possible countries come up, locations, environments. We're also going to ask the question if this move is going to happen within a year of you, whenever it is that you are watching this reading, because this is a timeless reading. So whenever it is that you happen to come upon this a year from this date, what is the probability of you actually taking this move? We're going to ask that question. We're going to see what comes up. But first and foremost, I do want to mention and tell you about another way to get an answer on this that's actually very personalized to you, is to actually look at your natal chart and astrological information. So how you would do that is you could look at the ley lines that are based on what is in your chart natally, and we'll look at disharmonious lines as well as harmonious ones. Obviously, harmonious lines would be better for you to live on, and it will show where these lines go across the world for you. The easiest way that I know of how to look this up and to see it is to use astro.com. You go to like other horoscopes once you put in your information, and you go to, I believe it's travel, astro, click travel, and that can bring up all of your ley lines, and you can look at different locations in the world that would be the best for you, as well as not so great. So say if you wanted to look at what ley lines are near San Francisco, California in North America, you can look at what lines by clicking on that location on the map and seeing what line is closest and what lessons you could learn and what energy is attached to that particular ley line. The other thing is to look at a relocation chart to see how well a particular location, again, this applies more to when definitely when you've already kind of like, oh, I'm looking at San Francisco, San Jose, or Boston, Massachusetts. Let me draw up a relocation chart for each of those places and see what I'm learning in this particular area and if it would be good for me. So you do that. Also, you can use astro.com for that. Basically, it just takes your birthday, I'm pretty sure it's birthday, birth month, your normal birth information, but instead of putting where it is you were born, you put the reference location as wherever it is you're moving. So that there's ways that you can do it. Once you play around with the system, you'll be able to figure it out. But I definitely highly encourage everybody, if you're looking at moving or where would be a good places for you to move and live, especially if you're looking for anything particular, like if you want to find a really good place for you that's for career, maybe, and especially if you're in a creative career, maybe you want to look at something like a Venus line. Where would that be in the world? What are those locations? Yada, 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 etc. So I just wanted to give you guys that recommendation, but we're also going to dive into the reading and see what comes up here. So for pile 1, we have the Peach Fairy. For pile 2, we have the Lemon Fairy. And for pile 3, we have the Orange Fairy. So definitely do take as much time as you need to meditate and to focus on the piles. If you want to choose more than one, that is perfectly fine, because there might be more than one message that carries on in more than one pile for you. Again, trust your own intuition, what feels right for you, and apply the information to you how it fits. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the readings here. All right. For those who chose the Peach Fairy here, we're going to go ahead and dive into your reading and see where it is that you are destined to live and get information on that. So let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, and if you did not listen to the beginning of the video, I highly encourage you to go back and listen to it, because I give another recommendation for how to look up information about where the best places in the world are for you to live. So let's see. All right, we got the Star card coming out first. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Three of Wands. Okay. So obviously, there's a lot of air energy here. So any location, this is another thing that you can look up, is basically like kind of like the natal chart information of different places to see what their zodiac sign is, because that can give you indication of, you know, good cities, countries, whatever to live. But we have a lot of air energy here. So let's see what countries are kind of associated with the different stories here. So for the Star card, Russia. For the Page of Swords, we have Anatolia. And for the Three of Wands, we have Romania. So again, those are 3 countries that might be of interest for you to look into and see what's going on there. So I feel like generally the message here is that I feel like you're definitely looking for a location that you're going to feel like you can communicate better in. That's going to have better access to, I think, knowledge and information. It could definitely be that you could travel to a location that's over water, potentially. Or it's a location where you can very much easily see the stars on the regular. I feel like you're definitely, what is kind of motivating this move, or again, this desire to move, is definitely to better position yourself to something that is going to raise your status societally wise. I think that you guys are looking, you're very hopeful. You're looking for somewhere where you're going to feel revitalized. But the key here is to definitely keep your source of communication open to receiving news, and to have faith in what's to come. Let's see what else we can get here. So we have the Borderland. Hidden Realms Open, and it's in the reverse here. So we're going to dive a little bit into that particular card. So it's often challenging to step through doors when we do not know what is on the other side. Remember that fear is not always a bad thing. It protects us and lets us know that something isn't right. The fears and doubts that you are having now are justified. And in time, the reason for them will be revealed and you will be happy you honored those feelings. So maybe part of it is that wherever it is that you currently are, that you're living, doesn't feel right to you. And you can't quite put your finger onto why, but obviously something's going to occur. You're going to hear some sort of news that's going to push you in a direction of like why, and give you the answer to why it is you don't feel too good. And also with something like Borderland here, I mean, obviously we can look at the imagery here and see that we have like a rocky coastline with the ocean right around it. So again, living on the coast somewhere might be of interest, or maybe you already are living on the coast. But the point is, wherever it is that you are destined to move and live is going to be somewhere that is kind of, again, it's an in-between place. Maybe it's like on the border of 2 countries or the border of 2 different states. Something along those lines. It's just a place, or also it could literally be a place where the veil is extremely thin, where communication in spirit comes through very hard for you in particular. And I feel like for you guys, when you will know that spot, you really will, because it would it's going to electrify. You're going to get chills. You're going to feel very like you literally, it could be like an open air place, but you feel like you're hitting or you're passing through some sort of barrier or wall in this area. So again, you could be needing to live somewhere where there's like an epicenter of, spiritual power, so to speak. So let's see what else we can get here. Oh, okay. We have pleasure. So, yeah, another part of why it is and where it is you need to move. You need to move to, and look, we have like an archway. Again, a borderland, a veil, a doorway. So that is a big emphasis here. I would pay attention to deer, because that might be a totem animal that can guide you to the right location, or maybe there's something in the name of the location or something about the history where deer are significant in this way. But regardless, I also feel like it's a location that's going to have definitely some rich history, some rich folklore, again, stories of something like the Fae or, strange lights. Just, again, a place where stories and mythology are definitely part of the living reality of the place. So again, there could even be a lot of ruins in this location. There's definitely historic significance to the place. But I also feel like part of what it is you need to seek and why maybe some of you are feeling a need to move is because the place that you are doesn't align with what brings you pleasure in life. You need to move to the place where you are going to be lit up and you're going to be your most successful and happiest self. So let's see what else we get in our next deck of cards here. Ooh. That is so crazy. So also pay attention to birds. I think birds are really significant because we have a little bird right here on the hand of this figure in the Page of Swords. I do often think of birds with Page of Swords because, again, it's that communication, it's that chattiness. It can be also gossip. But we have third house with communication. Exactly. So communication is going to be huge in wherever it is that you need to move. Or, again, you're going to get some sort of key communication that's going to open the doorway for you to make this choice and to do this move. Also, I highly encourage you to look at your third house. What zodiac sign is sitting in your third house? What planets? What is going on in that third house? Because that can give you some clues and some indications, again, of places that might be best for you to move. Or maybe even you get some sort of communication from a sibling or through social media. Anyway, I just feel like there's a very faded moment of some sort of communication that just sparks something and you're going to be like, that's the place. So let's see what else comes up. Oh, jeez Christ. So we have falling leaves. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. So yeah, obviously, wherever it is you currently are, it's like you're not going to grow anymore there. You need to let go and just move on and find your inner balance, because I feel like there's a big part of this that is definitely connected to your career and your job opportunities. I feel like wherever it is that you're currently working, maybe there's just, you've hit a wall. It's like no matter how much you try, no matter how you ask, you can't get that next promotion. You keep getting passed over for somebody else or something else. And it's extremely frustrating. And you're wondering, what is it that you're doing wrong? Well, a part of what's maybe going wrong is the actual location you're in. So I feel like you need to definitely be open to a different job opportunity that might come in. Again, some sort of communication, some little bird's going to whisper in your ear about some opportunity, and you should jump at that opportunity, even though it might terrify you, because again, you're going into the unknown. You don't know what's going to come next, but it's a new adventure that can definitely, in the long run, I think, be exactly what it is you need and will bring you that success, that star kind of energy, that healing that you might need. Oh my God, I say that and we get love and compassion. So you need to have more love and compassion for yourself, and understanding that maybe, again, the situation you're in right now just isn't good for you anymore. I also feel like there is an opportunity, if you've been ever frustrated on any love fronts, romance fronts, again, maybe by doing this move and finding this place, it will open you up to more love connections. Maybe not just romantic ones, but also friendship in that way. Let's see. What we got in this next one. And we have, what is this? Deep Freeze, but it's in the reverse. So this is one of the books that we're going to definitely dive into here and see what it says. So this is card 26. Everything has its season. Now's the time to put activity on hold while you rest. And in the reverse, nothing you can do right now will amount to anything substantial, no matter how much you try, push, manipulate, or cajole. Life wants you to take a break. You need to do this now, lest you become exhausted and be forced to rest. What you need will be there for you when you emerge in the springtime. For now, winter has its own ideas for you. Wait for signs of spring. So, I just got chilled. So, obviously, spring. Pay attention to that. Whenever it is that you're watching this video, whenever spring is coming next, that could be when you get the sign, you get the message. And just literally what was I saying a second ago before this card even came out was that, oh, wherever you are right now, it's like no matter what you do, no matter how much you ask, it's like you can't grow anymore. And this is literally reiterating that message. Again, nothing you can do right now will amount to anything substantial, no matter how much you try, push, and manipulate. So the key right now for you in this situation is you just need to kind of lay low, because there is a message coming. There is an opportunity coming that's going to point you in the right direction. And obviously, springtime is going to be significant. Maybe there's something significant about this location where spring is like a big deal. Maybe there's a special kind of festival. I also feel like maybe take a chance to plan a trip. Go on a vacation, pick a location, or maybe somebody invites you to go on some sort of vacation or some sort of trip. And when you're on that trip, wherever it is you're going to, you're just going to extremely vibe with the place. There's a little bit of like, again, fate definitely here in kind of the universe conspiring around you. How many stars are right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stars. Interesting. So let's also ask the question. So, will this move happen within a year of you receiving this message right now? So, let's see what the cards have to say about that. It could also be a location where it's like there's really intense winters, but when spring comes, it's absolutely beautiful. I also feel like willow trees might be another significant thing for some of you. And even look at the imagery here. I mean, these kind of remind me of like dogwoods or cherry blossoms. So let's see. So will this move happen within a year of you receiving this message? All right. And the message is unlikely. So it's unlikely that this move is going to happen within a year of you receiving this message. So it might be that you have more time than a year to wait to make this move happen. Or maybe conversely, it means that it's happening a lot sooner than that. Although I feel like it's probably, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Because obviously there's some need to let go of some things that are currently tying you to this place. I feel like you're very conflicted about this. And obviously it's like, you're not really sure. I get the sense of like confusion and confliction about how to get this move to happen or where it is you're supposed to go. Because it's like you thought you were all set up where you were, but obviously there's something not sitting right. And the biggest thing that's going to definitely, I feel like, stop you from achieving a move within a year is you. And again, the fear that maybe you're surrounding with letting go of certain things and stepping into the unknown. I feel like there's a lot of resistance within you and the conflict and like conflicting emotions about that. So that is everything I'm seeing here for this pile. So if this resonated, if this was at all helpful, definitely do leave a comment. Let me know what kind of topics or other future videos you would like to see. And I will see you in the next one. All right. For those who choose the Lemon Fairy here, we're going to go ahead and dive into your reading and see where it is you are destined to potentially live. Maybe, again, a location or the environment, at least, of where this place is, what kind of energy is kind of associated with it. Again, if you did not watch the beginning of my video, I highly recommend you go back and listen to it, because I give recommendations of how to use your natal chart information to determine the best places for you. Whoop. All right, so already we have coming out, we have the Nine of Cups. Ooh. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Moon, and we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. So already I get the sense that your time, wherever it is that you're currently living, is just, it's done. It's time to let it go. It's time to release it. I feel like there's definitely a lot of pressure and a lot of stress that's kind of associated with the place that you currently live, but it also might be the reason why you're still holding on to it, because it's like you feel indebted to other people and you take on a lot of responsibility from others. There's just a lot of stress, and I feel like you're fed up, you're tired of it, you're tired of lies and illusions, and you want to move towards something grander and more exciting and more fulfilling, somewhere where you can feel like the life of the party, where you can, this is a wish coming true. And I feel like for some of you, this is going to happen fairly quickly, because we have the Ace of Wands, and this is kind of an energy of just do it. Just get it done. It's bright. It's exciting. It's a brand new beginning. You got an ending and a beginning here. It's the end of a cycle wherever you are. It's time to cross over the bridge and see the new horizons. So we're going to look at what countries are associated with these particular cards. So we have the Moon first and foremost, and that's our major arcana here. So this is the big energy here. So with the Moon, this is Japan. So some of you might be interested in going and living in Japan. You know, this is, there might be even like a past life link to you and this location. There's definitely some big significance there. Let's also look at our Nine of Cups, which is Iran. And then we have our Wands, which we have the Ace of Wands, which is China. So you got Japan and China. Those are, you know, very close to each other. So again, Asia in general, you might, if you haven't ever visited there before, this might be a call for you to go and check it out. We definitely have the Ten of Wands as well, which is going to be Paraguay. So those are some particular countries that might be significant, that you might be interested in looking into. And again, I feel like we have spring with new growth. So obviously, pay attention to the springtime season. That might be big. And obviously, it's like wherever this location is, there could definitely be some beautiful trees. Again, it's going to look very beautiful in spring. Ooh. We also have Carnation. Follow your passion. Nine of Cups. I feel like one more. And then we'll look into these. And then we have Rowan with Control and Discern. So let's look a little bit more at the messages here. So with the Carnation, with Follow Your Passion, it says, all carnations have fringed petals, and all flowers that have a fringe and ruffled petal are soothing and protective. The ruffling smooths out ruffles in your aura, restoring balance. Carnation fragrance is one of the most ancient and healing, with ties to pure, deep love and passion. Carnations are messages to follow our passions. Opportunities to express and experience love is related to our willingness to pursue it, whether it is love of a person or love of an art. Carnations signal the deeper love and passion in some area of your life is now at hand. The time for just dreaming about doing has passed. Now is the time to act on your passions. And that's so what the Ace of Wands is about. So these two are definitely big and connected. Also, I think it was interesting. It was talking about, whether it's a love of a person or love of an art. So some of you might be considering to pursue something that is very creative, something that's very lunar in nature. And part of that, the reason for needing to move is to be in a place where you're going to flourish in that way. Or conversely, it's about finding that love connection that is perfect for you. So let's see about our next one. So with control and discern, we have when Rowan appears, it is a reminder that you have more control over what is happening around you than you may believe. Now is the time to maintain control over your emotions, and you will find your endeavors greatly protected. A very sacred tree in the Norse tradition. Okay, so we have Norse. So any of the Norse countries, think Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, Greenland, any of those places, technically Scotland, because there was a lot of Vikings who went over there as well, obviously. So any of those locations might be another place for you to consider. Anyway, Rowan reminds us that there must be a balance between common sense and superstition, science and magic, freedom and discipline. Knowledge overcomes fear and gives birth to discernment. Opportunities for true knowledge are at hand, and you'll be able to filter out what and who is no longer suitable for you. And then, of course, we have spring. So it's interesting. This says new growth on the card, but in the booklet, it says new gift. Possibly a typo, but I think it's interesting that both of those kind of messages, new growth, new gift. Maybe a new talent is born when you make this move. The spring brings a rhythm of emergence. In the spring, as days become longer, plants and animals become more active. Seeds begin to sprout and grow, working their way out of the earth. Animals prepare homes for young to be born. Migrant birds return, and cold-blooded animals emerge from their winter hibernation. Plants and animals appearing in the spring teach us how to herald a coming forth in our own life. They teach us how to initiate new activities. A new gift, a new birth is at hand. Again, this is very much going to trigger a whole rebirth moment for you guys. And that's exactly what you need, especially with that Ten of Wands there. It's time to let go of some of the stress and responsibility that doesn't belong to you to begin with, and move on to something brighter for yourself. So let's see what comes up for you guys. Okay, so we have inner peace, and look, we have koi fish and like the water lilies again, and we got water lilies here. So water lily is a big thing. So pay attention to any locations or places where water lilies are very significant. Also koi fish, again, makes me think of Japan as well. We have release with these fall trees. There's definitely something really beautiful about the trees in this location. That's definitely significant. We have illumination, and we have like a lake here. So definitely, and we have a lot of trees again. So there might be definitely like a lake, a lot of trees. Oh my God, and the flowers right here look like kind of the carnations. I don't think they are carnations, but they kind of do. The same colors and stuff going on. That's wild. So we have spring, and we have definitely like autumn going on here. So something about those two time periods might be very significant for you in this case. And funny, because I keep bringing up the trees and the forests and stuff. Japan actually does have like one of the most varied and like significant kind of like different types of forests that are in a small location. Okay, we had a bunch of cards just kind of fly out. I feel like there's one more. Is there one more? Hey. We have progressions with journey. Okay, so there might be a key in looking in your progress chart as to where it is that currently with the energy that you're working with, where it is you need to go. Obviously, you need to go on a journey. I mean, this is not just a little move. This is a big step in your own personal journey moving forward. We also have Taurus. So Taurus locations in the world, you can look up like the inception of a country or a city or a town or whatever, and you can find out its zodiac sign. Taurus locations might be significant for you here. And also the second house, pay attention to that. But we have cultivate. And we have dignified with strength. So, if I recall right, dignified is when basically like a planet or sign is in like it's in a position and like an energy that is like where it's meant to be. It feels really good. Like I think technically if like Mars was in Aries, that would be a dignified position. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure that's what that means. So again, look at things like that in your own natal chart. But obviously we have journey, we have cultivate, and we have strength. So this is about moving into the next phase of your life for yourself to cultivate more strength and happiness, to follow your passions by being, still discerning and in control, because I feel like it's just time for you. You're tired of manipulations. You're tired of stress. You're tired of just everything that's weighing on you that just isn't yours. And it's like this new place that you go to is going to be very illuminating for you. It's going to be, again, awakening a new birth. You're going to discover new gifts and talents of yours that maybe were long lost, or something about the location maybe has a tie to, again, a past life. And when you're in that location, it sparks like that muscle memory of something that you were able to do in a past life that maybe you lost now in this life, but you're going to rediscover it. That light is just driving me nuts today. It's not working with all the batteries. We're going to ignore it for now. All right, let's see. Oh, I just realized. There we go. That helps. All right. Let's look out. Oop. So, next up we have breath work. And we got that moon again. Allow your breath to expand your spirit and fill your heart. Excuse me. We also have root vegetables. In those hidden places where most feared to go is where the most nourishment is waiting for you to behold. And look, we got all the fruits and like bounty and mushrooms and stuff. We have a lot of mushroom imagery, I feel like, kind of popping up. But again, cultivate. And we have the root vegetables. So obviously this is about digging deeper. And again, going to a place where again, I feel like it's going to definitely trigger some past life connections. And through that and working through whatever those past life kind of remnants are, you're going to heal a lot from that. And that's going to help you to grow and, again, cultivate this whole new version of yourself that's even better. Obviously, breath work would be very beneficial for you guys. Meditation, again, maybe through meditation and breath work, you will gain more answers about the specifics of this location. All right. And maybe, again, it's a place where root vegetables grow really well. Or, again, maybe root vegetables make up, like, a huge part of the diet or something along those lines. So let's see. What else comes up? We got lightning with power. So, again, we have ocean. So, this might be a location where the storms will fucking go hard, man. Like there's a big connection between the wind and the sea, And when storms come through, it's going to be like a big deal. But again, this creates a lot of power. There could be even like significant deities that are lightning or, sky related, like that, thunder, lightning, stuff like that. We also, oh my fucking God. Are you kidding me? What was I saying? Yeah, lotus flowers. There's something significant about lotus flowers. And you literally got the lotus flower. All right. Definitely do some research. Again, this is a reading where you guys need to do some research to figure out. But somewhere where, again, the significance of lotus flowers are going to be really important to wherever this place is for you. And it's going to lead to you unfolding into your new self. That is wild. Power and unfoldment. There's a lot of untapped potential here, but I feel like you guys are ready for this. Like, especially with that Ace of Wands. Like, the time is now for you to do this. If you wish for it, it will come. Follow the leader. I feel like there's another card. Is there another card for this group? Yes? No? Yep. We have dry desert in the reverse. So, we'll look at these. So, we'll start with follow the leader, which is saying every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. You're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has, and this is on page 111 for some of you, has been earned as a result of your bravery in the adventure of your life. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joy revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you must share it. By being fully authentic, you'll lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so you may help someone else. Lead with love. There's another message here as well. Look to those whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then, in turn, have more to offer. So I feel like there's a key and there's a hint right there. So if there's a particular figure or person that you really admire, that you admire their leadership, what they've done in their career, or whatever it might be, however they've lived their life, do some research into that person. Where were they born? Where did they live? Where did they find their greatest success? Because maybe it's through, again, emulating that person's experience, you find your own authentic voice. And again, maybe the location that was significant for them is also significant for you. And it's going to teach you about how you can become a great leader and an inspiration to others. So then we have the dry desert. Dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. So it's in the reverse. So this says, the subject of your inquiry is barren and can't give you anything right now. No matter how beautiful and seductive the shimmering goal of a mirage, no matter how beautiful and seductive the shimmering glow of a mirage, this is an illusion. And you have the moon here, which is also representing illusion. When the dry desert card is reversed, it is a warning not to be hypnotized into thinking you will achieve your desire. This well is empty. Consider the gift here, though. Know that while this is not the right place, person, or circumstance for you at the moment, it means that something much better, more fulfilling, and life-sustaining is coming. Celebrate the warning and be grateful. So obviously, maybe there's a little bit of a situation here where you guys already have an idea of like, oh, I would love to live in this location. This is my dream location. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's really not good for you. So again, maybe you're kind of hypnotizing yourself into thinking it's the best place for you, but really it's not. And you need to reconsider and that, it's not the right place or it's not the right person or a circumstance at the moment. but that is going to open you up to something that's much better. Maybe that's why we have a little bit of that. When I see the breath work, it makes me think of meditation. So maybe there's still some considering, and again, an awakening coming where you're going to realize and be triggered like, oh, I was wrong this whole time. I was really being pulled into this direction. This is where I need to go. So, lastly, we're going to ask the question, so is this move going to happen within a year of whenever it is you are receiving this message right now? So we'll see what comes up. Will this move happen within a year of you receiving this message? All right, and we have helpful people. So it could happen within a year, but you have to be open to receiving help and assistance from somebody. And again, helpful people could come in a lot of different forms. We already had mention of like, oh, look at somebody you admire and try to emulate them, because that's going to maybe lead you to the right answer. Or by you helping other people by being a leader as well, they can point you in a direction that's going to be beneficial for you. So regardless, definitely look out for, again, these helpful individuals who will have information for you that will guide you in the right direction. So with that said, that's everything I'm seeing here in this reading. If this resonated, if you liked it, definitely do leave a comment. Subscribe if you like. Definitely feel free to give any suggestions for future topics that you would like to see. And I will see you all in the next one. All right, last but not least, we have the Orange Fairy. So we're going to see where it is you are destined to live. We're going to try to see if we can get some countries. Again, environment, location, what might be around, symbols, synchronicities. Again, if you did not listen to the beginning of this video, I definitely recommend you go back and listen to it, because I gave recommendations for how to use your natal chart to find the best locations for you in the world. So let's see where it is. The cards want to tell you could be the destined place for you to live. Oh my God. Okay. So we have the 5 of coins. We have the 3 of wands, and we have the 10 of cups. Oh, wow. So definitely a big part of this is finding like your ride or die. The people who are going to stick with you through sickness and health kind of situation. You're looking for a place where you can build your happiest family. Or again, this is a message to pay attention to where your family comes from. You might be returning to like your homeland, so to speak, a location that is tied to your blood. So with that 10 of cups, that's Persia. With the 3 of wands, that is Romania. And with the 5 of coins, that is Denmark. So those might be locations you want to consider and look into. But obviously, maybe where you currently are, it literally just isn't. You're currently in a state of like lack mindset, where maybe you've had issues monetarily, or even with your health. It's just the place that you literally are is just like physically and financially is just not good for you. It's not working. Maybe you can't afford the cost of living in this location. And now it's time to consider other opportunities and to find a better place where you can socially and economically climb into a state that's happier for you. And this is going to lead to overall happiness. Like that's like the key that you're looking for. You're not looking necessarily for something. I don't necessarily feel it's super tied to career, but I mean, it kind of is, because we're talking about finances. But it's more so that pursuit of the happy family, where you will feel accepted and loved for who you are. So let's see. Wow. You guys have, I'm already going to say, you guys have a little bit of some echoing from pile 1 here. We also have the valley. Oh, okay. Fertile new role. It's in the reverse here. Interesting. I'm more going to say maybe where it is you currently live is not good for you, because it's literally having an effect on your body, because maybe some of you are really trying to get pregnant or to have like a child or something, and something about the actual environment you're in is what's causing issues and maybe causing you to be barren instead of being fertile, so to speak. But obviously maybe where, kind of like what I said with pile 1, the location that you're going to need to live is definitely going to have some big spiritual connection to you. It's going to be a place where the veil is very thin. It could be there's going to be maybe a balance here between some really beautiful wide open valleys as well as some like rocky ocean coastline. But the point is, it's like, it's locations where there's some significant maybe history or stories of like the veil being thin, like some mythology to this. So let's look at some of these and get... So we have the borderland with hidden realms open in the upright. So borderlands are powerful and mystical areas. They are tween places, neither one place nor another. This could also represent that maybe the place that you're going to be living is on the border of maybe states or countries, something like that. They are doorways into new realms, dimensions, and paths, places of great power and creativity. Pay attention to what you are feeling. Your intuition is correct. There are opportunities to move into new worlds. Crossing borderlands is both exciting and sometimes frightening. There are unknown factors at play. This is a time of going forward in faith, in spite of fears and in spite of not knowing what lies ahead. Trust what has been hidden will be revealed and will bless your life. So I'm already getting a few things. So one, I'm getting a sense here, obviously, that you need to listen to your intuition of where it is you need to go. I also feel like for some of you who picked this reading, you're already like married. You're in a relationship. Maybe your spouse or maybe you are in the military. And again, you could be sent or told to move to somewhere that is so out of your comfort zone and in a place that you've just a completely different place. Like it is very alien to you and your, like where you grew up, maybe it potentially here. That's for a small group of you. And then with the valley, we have this in the reverse. So fertile valleys teach us that what we accomplish is in proportion to our efforts and how we apply them. You may be feeling that you are owed something more than what you seem to have received. Your focus, though, may be too much on yourself. What you do or do not have or what you feel you deserve. Learn from past mistakes for greater success in the present and future. Are you repeating mistakes of the past? Are you developing a new role for yourself in the world? Are you trying too hard to hang on to old ways? It may be time to look outside of you to what may be more beneficial for all. So again, this isn't so much, again, there's a big key here of not just thinking about yourself in, again, what you want or what you think you're lacking, but you need to look at the entirety of everybody else around you, your family. Or the family you're trying to grow. Apply that to your situation however you will. It's not just about you. It's about also them. It's like if they flourish, you will flourish as well. Consider that. So let's see what else we get here for you guys. We have opportunity. So yeah, there's a big opportunity here. We also have a moon present. So again, pay attention to the moon phases. But yeah, there's an opportunity here for, I feel, standstill. Funny when you see that. So I'm trying to remember, this is an ibis? This is not an ibis. I forget, a shoebill? No, not a shoebill. God, that's a completely different bird. I forget what these guys are called. But, I mean, this is making me think of swamp. Making me think of Florida. Hey, if you want to move to Florida, that's your business. I definitely wouldn't be moving there right now. But, or maybe like Louisiana. But again, we got like this swampy kind of marshy land, but we got standstill. I feel like part of the issue is and again, this is for some of you, not all of you, but if you are currently in a relationship with somebody, your spouse is getting an opportunity to move. There is some position or some house, some opportunity that is like so good, and it's definitely like, it's going to raise them up in their career. It's going to make them happier. Or again, there's an opportunity for you guys to like find a better house or a new location. But again, it's out of your comfort zone. It's something you have never even thought about wanting to do, and it scares you, and it's you and your spouse having this clashing of heads. It's causing a standstill in this opportunity for this move because you are terrified of it, I feel like. And, or again, conversely, it could be the opposite. It could be you who's getting the opportunity. Your spouse is being an asshole about it. And, you know, hemming and hawing and being frustrated about it and like not want, like, why do we have to move? Or, you know, aren't you just happy where you are right now? It's like, obviously however it's going, there's an opportunity on the table that can make your guys' collectively life better. But somebody in this situation is being a stick in the mud and causing a standstill in this opportunity. And it's like, something's got to give. Because I feel like, you know, this opportunity is opening for a time. Hop on it, because it can make your guys, in the long run, it can make your life so much better. So let's see what else comes up. We got Neptune with vision. Again, you have this vision of how things could go. And yes, while maybe it could be a little bit rose-tinted, but it can be achieved, I feel like. So pay attention to where Neptune is in your chart. Is there anything else? Okay. All right, we're going to go with those two cards. Holy shit. We got the Moon with vision, perception. And we have Taurus with cultivate. Cultivate this new perception. Again, it's you guys are not seeing eye to eye. They're not seeing the vision. They're not understanding it from your perspective, or again, vice versa. You're not understanding it from their perspective, from their vision of what it could be. You need to open up to this opportunity. We've got the Moon coming up more once. We have a lot of water. This is a highly charged emotional situation. While there are elements that have to do with the material realm as well as passions and whatnot, it is very heavily emotional. Yes, again, you're somebody here could be very scared about how this could affect the family moving forward. But again, it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Get more information. We have molasses. To move forward, you must know where you're headed. Okay, we're definitely going to look at this card, because I feel like that's going to echo a bit of like, I feel like this issue of standstill. It's like this muck. It's hard to move through. So let's look at this. 26. Molasses. Keyword: stagnation, laziness, lacking motivation. Your higher self chose this card because molasses represents a period of uncertainty when the path ahead isn't clear, and despite your best efforts, you simply cannot seem to move forward. Standing still is very frustrating, but you're in this period of pause so that you can take some time to get to fully understand where you actually want to go. Again, you need to understand the perspective here, the vision. Take some time to understand it and really consider it. You may have made many excuse me, let me run that back. I missed very interesting. Take some time to fully understand where you actually want to go. This card will often visit you after a period of significant but unintentional action. You may have made many choices in haste of late and are coming to regret some of your decisions. Perhaps you said yes too quickly and now wish to back out, or a situation seemed like a worthy gamble, but is now turning out to be a nightmare. It may not seem like it now, but this period of indecision is helping you to slow down, gain perspective, be patient, and wait for the right opportunity to find you. In the meantime, focus on diving deeper into your spirit. Are there mundane tasks you could focus on while you are distracted by other things? Perhaps you might consider a practice such as meditation to take your mind off your current problems. You will find that the stickiness goes away when the time is right for things to move forward again. This card also advises you not to make any hasty decisions right now. Take care of what you need to, of course, but delay any life decisions until more information comes to hand. So again, so it's not to say that you aren't or they aren't a little bit justified in being concerned about this. And again, maybe it is that you felt like you said yes to this decision way too quickly, and now you're panicking. You're like, oh my God, what if we can't afford this move? Or what if, just there's a lot of what ifs going on. It's important to take a moment to kind of like stop and consider and again, find that inner peace. And again, really try to shift the perspective of what it is you're considering, what you're looking at. Because again, I feel like this has a lot to do with finding the right home, where you're going to feel at home. And remember that maybe home isn't about the place you're in, but the people you're with. So let's look at our next two decks before we ask our interesting question of when this move might happen. All right, let's see what else for this group. What else do you guys need to know? What place are you destined to live? We got rain with purification. So again, I'm getting kind of like this swampy, very kind of humid place in mind. It rains a lot. There's other places in the world like that. Oh, we have the rainbow. Look at that. Purification blessings. So it's like there's a bit of a storm going on right now. But again, if you take a moment to kind of allow the storm to purify you, to accept the rain, the blessings will come. The rain, you'll see the rainbow at the end of the tunnel here. Again, whenever there's a rain, there comes a rainbow. So again, you might be, or they might be, perceiving this as some horrible, terrible thing, but really, it's going to be a blessing in disguise. Like, it is a blessing in disguise to them. Let's see, what else? Sad embrace, upright. Okay, anything else in this deck? And we have the moon showing up there again. Anything else? No? No? Field of Dreams, and we have Magic Stream. All right, let's look at these ones. Where is it? So let's start with the Magic Stream. Upright. All of these are upright, obviously. So everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all part of a continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you're part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. Again, this is a situation that's not just about you. It's about everybody else involved. What's best for them, too? Where can you guys compromise to find the most beneficial and mutually, best place to be? You have to, it is more about just considering yourself. It's about considering everybody involved. All of your connections. And then we have card 21. If I can find it. Field of dreams. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. This is a perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener. Be clear about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Concentrate on your best life regardless of the temporary outer conditions imposed upon you by the greater world, which has its own story to tell. That's that Five of Pentacles. You have a basket full of seeds that are quite powerful, for your talents are divinely inspired and will indeed lead to a greater harvest to be shared with others. Again, there we go again. You will reap what you have sown. Dream big, dream beautifully, take action, and tend to the garden of your life and experience the extraordinary. Then we have card 45, which is sad embrace. Loss is a part of life. Let go and allow time to heal you. You may be entering into a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you're having to let go of a long cherished dream. If so, take heart, for this ending may have been for your highest good. A better and more powerful dream will be realized in your life if you can accept the loss. Relationships based on faulty foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception. If your expectations weren't met, a sense of loss arises, along with sadness and grief. Express these emotions. Tears are like healing rain, purification, and can restore life to a parched inner landscape. Growth is always assured. Whatever the loss, however great it is, let go and experience your feelings so that you may soon see what beauty lies ahead. That rainbow, that blessing. All right. Finally, let's see. So will this move happen within a year of when you receive this message? Will it happen within a year of you receiving this message? Will this move happen within a year of you receiving this message? Wait. Again, stand still. The molasses. Right now, so obviously right now the right decision is to, the opportunity has already presented itself. The place in question is already to your awareness for most of you. But the key here is before you jump towards it, you need to wait and you need to consider everything that's going on. You need to consider everybody who's involved. You need to consider the vision, the perception that is happening. And you need to use this time, this waiting period, to do some purification, to reevaluate your own standing in this and how you feel about these things. Because once you do that, then the rain will clear and you'll see the blessings for what they are and the decision will become obvious to you. So, with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here for this reading. So if this resonated, please do let me know. And I will see you in the next one.